going crazy. The world's going crazy. Trump's going crazy. The Senate's going crazy. Bronco going crazy. Everybody's going crazy now.
Okay, this is Claude Jones presents. I've been very busy with my partner Newt, and we're gonna hit you with some knowledge. We got people we're gonna have to calling up to get some knowledge on a lot of current events. Basically, I've been boy been busy. Got my album out on Spotify and Apple. You know what I'm saying? Third Finger, Jones L is on. You can see it on my screen. Yo, go listen to it. You know, listen to it, stream it, make your boy happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm retired now. I need that extra income. You know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do for me. But let's stream it. Let me know how you like my music. You know what I'm saying? Did a lot of input in this stuff. I've been real busy on a lot of other fields, but my postal people got problems. Right now they trying to, if you don't know right now, the government tried to stop the 1% going to your TSP accounts, your thrift money. So you need to call and find what's going on. They try to also do something to your pensions. So find out what's going on with your pension stuff. Call up your unions. Find out what's going on with the money. You know, so, 'cause I'm a retired government. I'm a retired postal employee. You know what I'm saying? So I think mine is all right because I already retired. It's already input in the system. But everybody now have a little situation. Let's go to the meetings, call up, see what's going on with your congressmen about your TSP money. Like that, you know? So that's what I'm really concerned about now, areas. And we got lots of stuff going on with these wars and all this stuff going on with Trump and his madness and all this and Netanyahu, what the fuck his name is in Israel, who fucking shit up. You know what I'm saying? who claiming some land that don't fucking belong to nobody, you know what I'm saying? And we getting fucking dragged in this bitch. We got nothing to do with that shit. We don't. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing fucking to do with us. We worry about America. You know what I'm saying? We got to do our own shit up here. You know what I'm saying? We got people starving in the streets and can't feed their families. Prices going up and they worry about some fucking place over there. That's their fucking problem. They not our problem. You know what I'm saying? That's my main gripe. We worry about too much shit over there. Here's on MAGA people now fucking say fuck, give him the third finger. What the fuck he doing? You worry about third world, no, but we know what the fuck going on. I'm gonna let my man Newt tell you what be going on. You know, they trying to bring forth some shit in some fucking chaotic biblical area of some bullshit, like some Armageddon, like they're rightfully chosen to do shit. And they're trying to do a lot of bullshit. Right, look at this. Look what we're going through right now. Look at this shit. Right now, you don't got no health cares for people. You got no child cares for people, daycares, medical. People getting fired, can't afford areas, and they won't worry about some stuff on the Middle East. They got nothing to do with us. Feed your own first, then you go for everybody else. Now we're gonna start calling people, get some input, on areas, so we get a therapy some stuff, and we can bounce back and forth for a few minutes. And cause me, I can't stand looking at it no more. I really can't. You know it's bad when their own people is like talking on them. Marcia Taylor Greene, who was a Republican, she backed him. Now she even said 25 Amendment, 25th Amendment. Carson Tucker, Republican, he even saying fuck going on. And Alex Jones, all people, he even saying like what the fuck. He's saying that. His own party now, like yo, get him the fuck out of there. He want to destroy. He still want to destroy genocide everybody, military, genocide everybody. On the Easter Sunday, he don't say that. Now I'm not Christian. I'm not a Christian, as you know I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Got my own spiritual shit. So I don't believe nothing. But the bottom line is, people's people, and you can't go around killing babies and little girls in schools with like no remorse. That's barbaric. But I'm gonna make some phone calls. I'm gonna call up Moore in Oklahoma E, and let me talk a little bit. And my man Nuko called his partner up, and we're gonna get the knowledge today on the show. We have some real knowledge today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna enjoy this little topic we gonna have. And gonna know we got our Republican friend in the back. Cameron may spout some poison out, but he's a good people though. You know what I'm saying? Because not all Republicans bad. You know what I'm saying? They got their ways, but you know what I'm saying? We everybody people together. And he may try to edit my shit wrong, so I gotta be very cautious about his ass. He may sneak some Republican shit in on my fucking platform. That come beat his ass down here. But Now speak loud, E. Now we get to my brother E from Oklahoma Moore. He'll kick some knowledge to you about the world events. Okay, E, you here?
I'm here.
Speak loud, E. Speak loud. Okay,
Excuse me.
yeah, kick a little knowledge, E. Explain yourself.
Well, first and
Put the
foremost,
speaker to the mic.
Yeah.
what's the topic in terms of what are we speaking on today?
Current events.
Oh, current events.
Yeah,
Current events in what category?
the
So
war.
politics
Yeah, politics.
or the war and
Yeah.
the war and politics.
Can you hear that? Is that good, Renee?
Yeah, put
Yeah.
the speaker up to the mic.
I got to speak as far as it go.
Now put this
I
part
hear you
to the
clearly.
mic.
Mike, right here.
No, the bottom piece
Bop.
to your phone.
Yeah, right here.
No, the bottom.
Right here.
The bottom. You see the
Oh, okay, I
bottom
got
like
you.
mine?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 All right. Okay, so go on, E.
Well, I'm not a political person, but when you look at the world in terms of world affairs, signs and symbols are for men of understanding. And if we want to relate anything that's going on in this world to our people, and I don't know if this is a forum to speak clearly about the tides being uh, turned when it comes to world events, because we can see it all around us, and that's the reason I use that term, signs and symbols are for men of understanding, is because this has been a shift. It's been a world wealth transfer going on right before our eyes, and
So
this
transfer, wealth transfer.
a world wealth transfer going on right before our eyes. Not so much just in America.
Renee, you
There
can
are a
hear
lot
him
of things
on the.
going
You
on
can hear him?
on
Okay.
geopolitical uh, in a geopolitical arena where the order is being changed of how the global economy works. So, you know, it's not so much it's a theory or something that's coming down the line. It's actually in full effect at this point in time, and the changes are going to be seen in the next several months, and then definitely in the next few years going forward. So that's just based on what I see, and it is not necessarily a statement that I would stand by and say it's fact based, but an opinion on what I see. When you look at the way that the people are being treated or have been treated, we have an awakening to our national standing, and many people that are been classified and misclassified in America and taken advantage of by the United States, should I say, um, in their governance of dealing with people and the power of the the law that governs us as a people in America. So African Americans, those classified as Negro, color, black, um, we won't even speak about anything other than those when it comes to that portion of awakening, because these are the denationalized people of the land. And if you know anything about free national standards, then you know what I mean by the shift, because the fact that so many people are waking up at the same time and seeking to uh, correct what was misclassified under their lineage and their family name, it's kind of overwhelming to the system, and the system wants to appear that it isn't working, so that everything would, in my opinion, go to privatized services, and then the federal government is dismantled, and the states basically deal with everything on their own. This is something that is going to be a dramatic change for the young and not yet born, for those that are not wealthy and well off. So we're about to see a shift in our economy in America, and that's what I see.
Hmm. So okay, so in other words, for people who claim themselves being black or negroid, because they solely misunderstood that person they are not that, and they got to claim their nationality, that change their whole format and rechange who they are, come back to their natural areas, person, right?
Well, absolutely, because if you look at it in the dynamics of law and the way that law is being used in America, it isn't um, actual the law. It isn't the actual law of the land. It is it's colorable laws that govern these people, and they're waking up to see that they have free national standards that don't allow these colorable laws to be implemented upon them. So, the presumption of authority is diminishing.
Okay. Like I said, it's all the matrix. In other words, what you see,
Well,
and not what you see.
well, take a look at what you see.
Mm-hmm.
We do have in this information age, where there's no excuse for you to be able to find out anything you wanted to if you do your due diligence. But if you just look at the way that the the people are behaving on social media, now you're gonna always have those that are unconscious and living day to day by their programming, should I say? I'm not gonna call anybody ignorant because when you say the word ignorant, people don't understand what you mean. The root word of ignorant is what? Ignore. So there must be something you're ignoring, but you would have you speak to a person in that manner and say, "Oh, these people are ignorant," and they will take offense to that. So I'm not going to use that word, and I just explained why. But those are miseducated. Those are programmed. They will never be able to uh, basically lift themselves up to a level in which they can actually do the work, and the world is not going to accommodate these types anymore. This is what I see.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, if you're not going to step up and claim your lineage, your free national standard, your this, that, and the other, these people they want to implement what they want to implement. And what do you think that is? Why they build concentration camps and this? And this is not a conspiracy theory. This is the agenda of the administration that is currently in power.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not paying attention to what they are doing and you are listening to what they are saying, then you are one of the ones that are incompetent and miseducated. If you believe that you can go out here and do a certain thing without having some authority over you, and you're still in the system using these mechanisms in order to provide for yourself, then you're going to be one of the people that are subject to additional scrutiny, should I say?
Okay.
And these things are not gonna be like they were in the past. They're gonna be more authoritarian.
Okay. So do you got like a website or something they could go to? Or see what you talking about? Like a website you could go to,
Well,
or
well, if you really want, and if you're one of those people, and I don't like advertising other people's businesses because I'm not an advocate or I'm not being a paid advertisement. They're not paying me to advertise for this, but there are places that you can get local news, and some of the ones that provide the news to the people that feed down to America in the first place is like Reuters America. Reuters is a news feed out of Europe, so you can get accurate information from the source about global news from them. In addition to that, if you have a podcast or you want to basically give current and accurate news, then there's places like Ground News, which pulls in all different types of sources, legitimate news and correspondence reporting, and it gives you sources, and it gives you basic left and right ideologies and who's giving what portion of the news, because it's a bias. If you're right wing, you're not going to get any left wing information that's going to come to you factually. If you're in that right wing bubble, you're gonna stay in that right wing bubble. You're not gonna know what's center. You're not gonna hear anything that's left because they're not gonna give you that. And many times, if you're on the left wing and the same thing, you're gonna get minimum amounts, but you do get a lot of right wing information from center and left wing people. But if you're on the right, most of the time you're not gonna get that information. You're gonna get what they want you to hear, and that's it. It's about 6 people that own all of the media in America. And all of them are right wing.
Wow. Okay. All right, E. You hit a whole lot. It's a whole lot. Now, do you got anybody that say they want to know more, like say about the Moors or some areas of more knowledge? if they want to know about the Moors more, do you have any way they could go and learn more about the Moors and how to get their
Well,
nationality?
we have the Moorish American government, and I don't know what other people do and how they do it and what they call it, because you got all different types of people. But since 2006, the Moorish American government, MoorishAmericanGovernment.lang, find them at that website. They have basically been operating as a free national government for all those that have indigenous roots to America, those that do not know that they are Moors, and they have teachings 7 days a week to teach you how to be a Moor, teach you all the principles that were brought to you by our prophet Noble Jew Ali. And it is not an organization. It is not an NGO attached to any organization. It is an independent, standing government for people, because we don't seem to realize with our indigenous and original status, our Aboriginal original status to Americans, we have the right to be self-governed. We are actual divine people. We ministers. So,
Yes.
once we declare who we really are, we can operate with impunity based on the law, because we are global entities, because we indigenous to every nation and every land.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
we are being misclassified and told something different. So we gotta re-educate ourselves.
All
This
right.
is giving us back our creed, and nationality was taken. So you got to get those two back, so otherwise you're gonna still be prefixed of all
Okay.
others. You got to correct that
Well,
more directly.
thank you very much. You said a whole lot, and appreciate that on our show. And me gonna hit. When I get home, I'll give you a holler later. Matter of fact, cause I still got to fill my paperwork. If y'all don't know, I'm a Moor too, but y'all, he's deep. He got all his stuff done. I'm still in the process of doing my stuff like I've supposed to been doing, but he teach you a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? So what he said is definitely on a point. And appreciate you coming on the show, and teaching the people about how to get that stuff going on. So I'm gonna hit you back by getting the crib, all right?
Very well. Peace and love. Inshallah.
That was E, and he did it. He explained enough to you about areas going in the world and how he's doing politics and Moors and areas. So now I'm gonna let my man Newt called Partner Up Tar, and the Tar hit one about the politics about going on about Trump and Trumpism, and saying that's something that was in, and so we could get that on going on about this world events in that area too.
Absolutely. Peace, everyone. I'm Manute Bunu Nupu. I want to say thank you for Claude again to putting together the show. Thank you to Renee, who's the producer in the back, making sure
Nope,
all
nope.
the magic happens.
I'm the producer, Nate the camera guy. Get it straight now. Gotta butt in for that one.
Oh, I apologize. I know they got this ongoing beef now for about a good 10, 15 years. So
He just kills. I produce the show. But true that. I can't remember my own camera work.
oh man, but nonetheless, thank you to Renee to making sure all the magic happens and the camera work in the back, things of that nature. Yeah, right now we are in a state of turmoil as far as the world is concerned. As far as our political figures who are spearheading the consciousness of the planet at this particular day and time. So whether you agree with Trump or not, whether you agree with Democrats or not, it doesn't matter who's in office, because whoever's in office always passes the baton to the next president. I spoke about this on another platform, where each president has a specific job that they must carry out in order to keep their particular empire either on top, or to keep the global empire that they are a part of on top. As far as it pertains to Trump and all the other empires in the world, what me and my kin or kindred or somebody who's a part of my tribe, what we figured out was that these political figures were following a religious manuscript, and that religious manuscript happened to be part of the Bible, which just happens to be the universal book of consciousness for the planet, because that is the overarching theology or the consciousness that is keeping the world where they at, right? So Christianity is the is probably the foremost religion on the planet, or spirituality on the planet. So with that being said, the consciousness of the planet is geared towards that, because more minds are on that frequency or that brainwave oscillation of the planet. As far as it pertains to Netanyahu and Israel, Israel is following another set of consciousness, right, which just happens to be a little lower than the Christian consciousness, right? And I'm using the word consciousness because the planet also follows a certain level of consciousness, right? And when cycles are intertwining between each other, meaning when you're going from one cycle to the next, you're going to have a conscious shift taking place, right? So we see right now in this particular day and time, there's a lot of conscious shifts taking place on the planet, right? And those that know this, those that politicians or spiritual people who are the heads on this particular planet, they know this. So they have to do certain things in order to keep the consciousness of whoever their particular God is alive, right? So a God is headed by specific consciousness, and I'm gonna just put it in layman's terms, right? So you have different levels of brainwave frequencies, and you also have different levels of frequencies, right? So currently the planet Earth is under what you would call the Schumann resonance, right? So the Schumann resonance, I think, is about 7.83 hertz, right? So that's where our planet kind of resides as far as frequency is concerned. Then you have brainwave frequencies that range from alpha to gamma, right? So you got the alpha frequency, beta, delta, theta, and gamma. I might be missing one or two. Go ahead.
Hulk, like Gamma.
Hey, right. And it's funny because the Hulk frequency is the strongest frequency. That's why you see the Hulk, he'll turn green, and that's when he becomes his strongest as far as physically. But mentally, mental strength, gamma is the highest frequency that you could reach as far as mental strength is concerned. But it all ties into consciousness as well. So the reason why I mention that is because when you see activities like the Industrial Revolution, a lot of bombs and wars happening, it's to keep the consciousness of the planet on a certain frequency. So their God resonates on a frequency which you would call it's called delta, right? Delta is just a Greek letter, like the letter D, right? It's the fourth letter of the Greek alphabet, right? And that delta frequency is between, I think, 0 and 4, right, hertz. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because that frequency keeps the brain in an unconscious state, right? So when people say you're waking up, or they use the word, oh, you're conscious now, right? So people are usually in a state of sleep when they're in the delta frequency. So the gods of these people, the way that they keep their God strong and keep them active is by keeping people in a state of delta frequency. This is all scientific information. So if somebody wants to go out there and they want to research it for themselves, they will see that the frequency of sleep and unconsciousness is delta, right? So, and we're gonna go a little deeper now, where whenever a bomb is dropped, right, it gives off a lot of gases and a lot of fumes that goes up into the atmosphere, and it saturates the atmosphere. And when it saturates the atmosphere, these gases keep the frequency at delta or lower, right? And human beings, we can't see frequencies, right? But our brains oscillate on these frequencies, right? So if an environment is full of gamma radiation, then your brain will automatically oscillate on that frequency.
Okay.
If it's full of delta radiation or frequencies rather, it will oscillate on that particular frequency. So it's their job to keep the planet on a delta frequency or lower. And that delta frequency keeps people at an unconscious state, right? So that's where their God resonates. Their God resonates in the delta frequency, or their God is the delta frequency, right? And of course you have positive and negatives to the delta frequency, right? Because everyone needs sleep. So when you sleep, your brain waves oscillate between alpha, beta, delta, depending on how deep the sleep is, or depending on how efficient the sleep is, right? So we're saying that to say that the religious manuscript keeps people in that sleep state, right? And Trump and Netanyahu, though they are political leaders, and you may think that they're separating politics from religion or spirituality, but they're actually one and the same. And they're keeping people the laws that they pass keep you in a delta frequency. Every time they drop a bomb, it's keeping you in a delta frequency. Every time people get sick, it's keeping you in a delta frequency. So sickness, bombs, religion, politics, all of that is to keep you in a certain frequency, right? I don't know if Tar wants to add on to that, but I have Tar on the line right now. He's gonna add on a little bit.
Okay.
As far as the political landscape, he might take it another direction. As far as that's concerned, but Tar, yeah, introduce yourself, Tar, and if you want, you chime in, as far as the political landscape and what's taking place on the planet. Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. True peace on this. I'm Tom Kilo Nufu. I'm also a notable member of the Ethiopian race. I'm glad to be here. I want to give a special shout out to Carl for being there for us to help us get the information out that needs to be presented to our people. But yeah, you was doing good, Ken. I think that the bigger problem I think the world is being by nature starting to see about Israel and all this other stuff. But the reality that we're having is, as long as we are under this country and its power structures and its affiliates and associates, we won't be to figure nothing out. And people got to realize, like Afron would say, he instructed us not to join any organization. And when you in a place like America, where things like the CIA and the FBI and the Mossad and all these other groups we done read about, these people continuously and constantly create states of dissension. And if you're a real history buff, you would also know that they will infiltrate, they'll create leaders and put people in place like they did to the Black Panthers and all these different folks. And sometimes they don't always want to destroy Black people. What they want to do is misguide them. And so this is why we have all of these different groups, from, the Democrats and liberals. And I think you had another member of our race on speaking about the Moors. I could hardly hear him.
Yeah.
But I think I heard him speak about the Moors and stuff like that. It's a lot of discrepancies around that group, Garvey and all these different things we went through, and to the point that And the reason we'll never get it together is because, the spirit factor. That's one of the main problems that we have in this country is we keep thinking we need spirituality in the sense that of how it's been given. And it's just different versions of it. And we have to, once our major enemy has been removed as a major player and being under them, we'll be able to figure certain things out. And but yeah, what I keep telling people now, the main thing is to understand the Israeli situation is that people need to start studying their belief. I'm not talking about Judaism, and I'm not talking about Orthodox so-called Jews. I'm talking about Zionism and the Talmud and the Mishnah and the Zohar and the Hazor and all those other little books that they're following. And the Kabbalah is at the root of it. What most of people don't realize is the Kabbalah is responsible for Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And it's a magical thing. And if you don't understand what they're really doing, you'll never be able to come to that conclusion on how to handle it. So we have to educate ourselves and understand that the fact that we all these different things is because of religion too. Religion is a spell. And the fact that all of the stuff that black people have engaged in, all of the religions have did us dirty. So if you're talking about you a Christian, go do some research on Christianity and see what black people experience as Christians. If you're a Muslim, same thing. Islam did us dirty. Then the Caucasian did at more time. We did 400 some years under Christianity, but we did 1,000 some years of slavery under Islam. So to sit here and to misunderstand these things is why we are at a disadvantage because of that. I'm on the phone, man. I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone with you. So that's our main problem. We don't get together and understand that. It's like when somebody that a person put a spell on somebody and the person is acting weird, and the people who don't have no knowledge don't know what to say. And so somebody says, they go around somebody that got knowledge, and they tell them, they say, I need you to take a look at this. And the person who got knowledge of, say, let's say witchcraft or something, they say, yeah, this person, somebody put a spell on this person. And so what happens is they have to take them to somebody to undo, to look at it. So that's our problem. We're handling this stuff the wrong way. We're trying to handle black people's problems politically instead of with the proper information. So if a person is under witchcraft, then somebody's gonna go and find the right person to deal with that. You wouldn't take that person to the Democrats and to the Republicans if they got a spell on them. You see what I'm saying? We're applying the wrong things. We keep running around in a circle, and in the circle is why it's like a hamster wheel, and we keep repeating the same thing. And that's what I've been noticing is that every generation we keep just getting a new, fresher batch of the same people, the same folks that didn't listen to garbage. The new group of people come. The same group of people that didn't listen to Noble Drew Alou, another group, and Farrakhan and Rick, and they keep going and going. And all we're doing is getting old to the situation. So what we got to do is come together and understand that we're under a spiritual attack, and religion is the main problem. And then understand, like Anouk said, about these different frequencies and the different gods that's involved. And until we understand that, we're going to have a problem. So that's all I wanted to say about that.
No problem. Appreciate it, Ken. Always great insight as far as, making sure that the information comes together in a cohesive manner to make sure that we can all really understand what we're up against and what we're facing as a race. So thank you again, Ken, for giving your discernment and positive insight. So what you call it, Claude, I think wants to say something to you real quick before.
So break it down, Charles. Break it down to me about the wars and all this stuff dealing like Newt said about Delta area. So break down the Trump area with this stuff going on with Trump.
Because he got caught up in Epstein files, and Epstein is a small hat. That's what the problem is. All of these people got what they call what the Caucasian he calls a honeypot. They don't call it when it's us. Oh, it's a sexual scandal. You know, it's this and it's that. But when they get caught up in stuff, they call it a honeypot. It's always something nice and neat. But that's what the Epstein files reveal, is that the Israelis have a whole world spy system, and that's what they say. Israel doesn't produce anything but porn, weapons, and technology. That's all Israel gives to the world, and they done trapped everybody. If you go back and look at it, since the formation of the state of Israel, every president they done had, except JFK, went over there and gave support for Israel and kissed the wall. Everybody done
You
done.
see what happened to JFK?
Oh,
Yeah, so JFK was killed because he wanted Israel to register as a foreign nation, and they the only group or nation that don't have to register, and they don't allow nobody to check their country for nuclear weapons. But they over there blaming Iran and Iraq for having weapons of mass destruction, and Israel have stole all types of enrichment for nuclear weapons all the way back in the 70s. So they even got something called the Samson option. What people don't know, they saying if Israel is threatened to the point of they think they about to be destroyed, they got a nuclear program called Samson option, and it's going to go off and hit every major country in the world.
say what?
So
Yeah,
while they
that's
right
like
here
Russia
saying-
too. Russia got the same
Yeah.
thing called the dead hand.
Yeah,
Right. But everybody knows Russia and China got, and Pakistan and India got nuclear weapons.
yeah.
But Israel is the only country that America is not allowed to go over there and check their facilities. While they over there saying Iran gonna have a bomb next week. For the last 20 years, Netanyahu been lying.
Yep.
They got all that. They done attacked American soldiers, all types of stuff Israel got away with that any other country they would have slaughtered.
Yep.
But that's the reason why Trump them is doing what he's doing, because they all are following what Israel is saying, and they all following the Old Testament and the Book of Revelations. All that stuff is they following it to a T.
Yep.
I think George Maxwell was a good person. He went in on that as well, and even Bill Cooper. And a lot of these people they done killed, but they'll pretend that they're not. It's not about believing in a God, because see, they don't. God is a title. What they following in the Kabbalah is called Leviathan. Leviathan comes from what they think they call their God, the unknowable God, called Ein Sof. And they saying that the 10 spears in the Kabbalah tree of life, from the top, that Ein Sof inhale and exhale, it's divine into all those spears, and the spears couldn't hold the divine, and they broke up into what they call Kelipot. And once it got down to the levels of the human world, animals and all that, it was saying that the divine got trapped into human beings or non-Jews. And they saying the Jews got some of it, but all of us got a divine spark, but we're considered evil. And they call it a Yesod, which is the sexual energy that got corrupt. So they saying that Leviathan is corrupt, and it's only corrupt because it's inside of non-Jews. So this is why they talk about calling us goy animals and we don't deserve to live, because you got to understand their belief system. So that's why I'm telling everybody that can hear this message, if you don't understand the Kabbalah, that's the Jews' true spiritualism, not Judaism. Judaism is just
The front.
it's the front to cover it, but they laced Judaism with the Kabbalah. The Talmud is a bunch of rabbis over the centuries who give their own take of Genesis all the way to Zechariah. So when you hear them talking about sex with children at 3 years old, and they can have sex with animals and rob non-Jews. All that is for rabbis who actually follow the Kabbalah, who was full of different demons.
Okay.
So they don't. Go ahead.
So that's why they try to. There was a current event that happened in Israel, when Israel soldier raped a Palestine woman.
Yeah.
And
He got off.
He got off, and they said they could do that because they're a Palestine person.
Right.
That go back to Kabbalah. You saying?
Right. He talking about when that Israeli that Israeli soldier raped that Palestinian woman. You remember that? And he got
had
off.
A few of them, they just got off. Remember?
Who got off?
They just had a few Israeli dudes was raping some of the prisoners. Remember when they released the prisoners
that's about
Right.
a couple months ago?
Yeah.
And they was raping them, and a female that was over them leaked the information.
Mhm.
And they got protected and they got released. They ain't never go to jail. They just was kind of like been pulled from duty, and they just got exonerated like last month, and Netanyahu called them heroes.
Yep.
So that, and again, because the Kabbalah and the Talmud tells them that non-Jews are not human and that we're beneath them. So they have a spiritual mandate that allows them to, what you saying them doing the Gaza and all of that, they've been doing that. Go back to the book of Joshua after Moses, right? According to them, God told Joshua and them to go in there and clean the Canaanite out. The Canaanite is the Arabs of the day, Esau and Edom.
They following that Bible.
So if you go read what Joshua and them was told, that's the same thing y'all saying now. So when people say, "Oh, those are not the Jews of back then, and God ain't with that," that's a lie. That's the same God that told Joshua to go murder men, women, children, and animals.
Uh-huh.
That's in the book right now, the King James Version. And they couldn't get all the Canaanites out. So he said the Lord left them in there so the Jews can learn how to fight. That's the type of God that's over all their religions. Christianity did the same thing. Instead of doing it for Hashem, they was doing it for Christ. Same thing with the Muslims. Instead of doing it for Hashem or Christ, they doing it for Allah. They all doing the same thing. When you take out the good people you know and look at what the people of the book do and what the book say, the Quran, like they said, is broken up into 2 points of time. Before Mecca, they was in Medina. And when they was in Mecca, they didn't really have no power. They was cool with the Jews. When they got to Medina, they got power. And then they start saying, don't take Jews and Christians for friends. They protectors of each other, kill the infidels. This is why you see the Muslims doing what they doing. But all of them are following the same murderous spirit forces. That's why all of them are guilty, and it's on record, of destroying millions of people. Right now, it's still black slaves in Arab countries in the open. So while they sit here talking about what the Israelis are doing, the Arabs are supplying weapons, the UAE and all of them is supplying weapons to the Sudan jihadists and killing Africans and castrating them. They still doing the same thing. All religions are spells. All of them.
See, that's
It's not
why-
one good religion on the planet.
No.
Because if it was so, you wouldn't find
Man-made.
this track record of them murdering in the name of their gods. All of them are guilty of the same thing.
That about religion, man-made. That about the original spirituality. Go back to Kemet anyway. Go back to Kemetics. That when
It just got corrupted.
Yeah.
I'm doing a video because Anu dropped it with the Kabbalah. The Kabbalah actually came out of Kemet, and the small has corrupted it. So I gotta break that down.
Yep.
And it's a spot that is called a temple in men. Anu can go in it a little bit more better than I'm just the editor. When he drops stuff that I'm not familiar with, I have to go and educate myself on it. But Anu can break that down more so with the connection of the origin of the Kabbalah and the system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we appreciate you, Ken. Yeah, you dropped a heavy bomb on the set, man. Netanyahu right now, he hiding from you because you out here dropping nuclear bombs on them. But no, we appreciate you, Ken. You always bring some very strong insight. And it's not for anybody to get in their feelings about the politics and things like that, because we fall into this spell of voting over and over and over and over, not realizing that every single one of these presidents has an agenda and has I'm sorry? You said Obama? Yeah, even Obama. Yeah, they all in the same. And that's the thing. We get so emotionally attached to the person, and we're not really understanding the agenda. So I got Obama and Trump in the same barrel. Not even gonna lie to you. I got George Bush. All American presidents have done nothing for black people. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing. From Trump to Obama to Biden to, if anything, I see them all as doing a disservice to us black folk, right? And regardless if you want to call yourself black, Moor, African American, Kemetic, I don't care what you call yourself. They look at you biologically as someone inferior to who they are. And regardless if you want to put your name, status correction in the system, it don't matter. They don't care about none of that. I've seen Moors get turned right back around. I've seen Moors get arrested for all of that status correction.
I got to ask that question too. I'll tell you why. But the status correction got nothing to do with their Moors.
Okay.
Moors status correction of human being areas is a difference. You being respected as a national than a regular Perth area. Mm-hmm. If you're a national on record, see, if you go back and redo your records, on our birth certificate as Negro, black, colored. Now, even when you go apply for a job, it got you down that kind of area of black, whatever.
Right.
They're not a nationality.
Right.
Like Chinese not a nationality there, right? They're China, right? Mm-hmm. Black is not a black country. We ain't come from blackness. We come from a country, right? So if you get your nationality corrected, and now you're not even a dry license, you get your passport national area. You're at a national. So you take care of all your finances now.
No, I agree with you. Mm-hmm. I agree with you on that. But who are we going to nationalize, or who are we going to connect ourselves with, as far as the because I know more say, well, we go back to Morocco or whatever the case may be. So who's the nation that we go to?
Well, it goes back to Kemet.
Because remember, China.
Yeah, you're true.
Hold on, listen for a second.
Yeah.
The Chinese can go to China if something happens.
10 minutes.
If something happens to a Chinese person here in America, China will step in.
You know, but you're true. But you know what the reality is? Right now, we so
who are we going to? Who are we pegging ourselves to in order to make sure that if something happens to us here, if we all become Moors, who is the nation that's going to come to our rescue?
But see, that's the main problem. It might come to our rescue.
That's my point.
We got to rescue ourselves.
So basically, we're doing it for naught. That's my point.
Yeah, what we're doing now is going back in what's owed to you. So if you get every money you see now,
they're never gonna give us anything.
No. It's the way you do it in your own trust. Everybody got money, but how you get your money. They're not gonna give it to you.
Right.
You gotta research how to get it, and that's the problem. We don't know how to get it. So while some more did get it, and they teach how to do it. Everything's set up in certain funds for everybody to get their money. But until you acknowledge when they see that you can handle your situation, you're not gonna get it.
The way I look at it, and I'm not debating you on it. I don't want you to think I'm in contention. But what I'm saying is the what's the word I'm looking for? The cycle that I see, right?
Yeah.
It's sort of like what you just explained. There's some Moors that get it, right? They go out there, they do their paperwork, they give them whatever the case may be. But not everybody gets it the same way. If you would see Oprah will get it, Jay-Z will get it.
Yeah.
Because nobody else. They only gonna sprinkle it amongst a select.
But you know why too? Because a lot of times, like most organizations, they get infiltrated.
But that's what Tar was talking about in the beginning.
All
organizations get infiltrated.
And you got some who not part of infiltrated organizations area. Like right now, right, say Moors government, right? Mm-hmm. The Moors American government got nothing to do with some Moors who were Moors Incorporated.
Okay.
And the Moors Incorporated could have Masonic area, which is not what we believe in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Total opposite of Moors being Masonic area. And nothing. It go back to Kemetics.
Right.
Go way back to Kemet.
But Kemet is destroyed as a nation. There's no such. Now, yeah, we we can respect the history
History.
as far as that's concerned, but as far as Kemet as a culture, that was
Yeah.
destroyed. And you know what's funny about Kemet being destroyed? The last pharaoh in Kemet, when Kemet was completely destroyed by the Jews and the Romans, was Jesus. Did you know that?
You mean Cleopatra's son?
Yes.
Hey, yeah. I heard about
That was Jesus.
I remember that part. Cleopatra's son, Cleopatra's son, Julius Caesar's son.
Right.
Anybody call him JC?
Right, but that wasn't really Julius Caesar's son. That was really
Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony's son.
And he
right?
killed
So
JC.
Mark Anthony and Cleopatra
That was
had a son.
That was Christianity
Right.
come first. They go and see his father.
Right.
They took religion to go and see his
But
father.
that's
JC.
who the Christian Bible
Yeah.
is based on.
But then you got we got Constantine started the Bible on Bugatti family. The Bugatti family imagery went back to Kemet and got
Right.
started a dogma story. The dogma story came from Kemetic storyline. They combined Serapis. Serapis was
Correct.
was the area they got it from.
Right.
And Christianity came to area from the dogma story. Became on Bugattis.
But it's
and
a
Pope John
mixture.
Paul
But
II's
you also
son.
got to remember, it's a mixture of stories as well.
Yeah, because Pope John Paul II's son was the whole imagery of that picture.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
pious family.
So they killed the black men. They killed the monks.
Mm-hmm.
They destroyed Ethiopian monks because they want to bow down to them.
Tyson family.
Right. The Piso
Yeah,
family.
yeah. They
But-
killed the monks because so now you got that picture of the Serapis. They say, okay, yo, we want your worship. They want to change it to a one world order. They want no more spirituality. They want to turn to paganism and worship a statue. But back in the days, we didn't really worship them statues.
Correct.
We did worship our ancestors. Our ancestors was our bloodline.
Correct.
That we give homage to our mothers, our grandfathers. We wasn't no God, wasn't no area. It was our ancestors, our spirits. They put Christianity on our people and made a worship on their area and destroyed all our spirituality, destroyed our libraries, a Timbuktu, all that stuff.
Right.
And so we got our Bible destroyed anyway. So we're gonna break it down 5 minutes. We're gonna continue this segment on another time.
Right.
And we're gonna go back and spend on the time about any more areas we got. We got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes left now, Tar. Anything you want to, put out there?
The New World Order is basically not even about order, because the God that the small house of worship is set is the God of destruction,
In chaos.
and they are in chaos. So what they want to do is what they setting up is for World War III, which goes into Revelation 16 and Revelation 20, the Gog and Magog, and also Ezekiel 38, and I think Ezekiel 39 talks about that.
Preach.
So that's why Israel is breaking every peace treaty that Trump and them put up. They go right back and hit somebody like he did with Lebanon. Y'all gotta understand, they don't want order. That's a lie.
Yep.
They want chaos. That's
Yep.
why it tells you out of order.
Department
out
of War.
Chaos is order.
Order.
They want chaos. They don't want order.
That's right.
And
That's
they
a
only
lie.
want order if they're the ones in charge.
Department. Let me
Right,
say
but
Department of
they
War
wanna
now.
create chaos because they believe that the only people who have souls is 600,000 Jews. That's in their Kabbalistic writings. And anybody else that survived World War III gonna be their slaves and animals. This is what they're teaching. So if you know that World War III can possibly leak into a nuclear, it's not gonna be nobody left walking around talking about getting the chip. All that was a lie. That was just what they got the other non-Jews to believe. The regular Jews believe in what they call the Noahide laws, where they want to make everybody who's not a Jew follow these 7 laws, and if you worship anything, they're gonna kill you. But the Kabbalah and the Zionism and all those different guys, they want chaos. They want the world to look like a desert, because that's what Set represent.
The desert god. Mm-hmm.
They don't want no order. That's the biggest lie about the New World Order. I'm telling y'all, go and again, you got to look at the matter of fact. My YouTube goes in on all of that stuff. If Anu could give you the YouTube, they need to go there and start looking up this stuff from the Kabbalah and the Talmud and other books that'll tell you what they want to do, and so we can start changing away. None of that stuff gonna matter. It don't matter what paperwork, they're going to destroy all of that. That's why they down there setting fires in California, Hawaii, Argentina. These people are psycho. So I know we had about 5 minutes, but I just wanted to say that.
That's
and,
good.
Thank you for allowing me to come through again, and I hope your audience learned a lot. I'm talking on Nunabu, True People.
All right.
Okay.
True peace,
Yeah,
Ken.
did good.
I'll talk to you in a couple minutes.
So basically, what he's saying to my audience is, the motherfuckers are crazy. A bunch of fucking MAGA people, they follow this fucking dude up there to the end of the earth, don't know they fucking crazy. When that fucking guy called State of War, fucking name it, the Fox News host, talking about, you can tell, look at what he got in the fucking office. He got a cockeyed guy with the FBI that don't know the fuck he looking at, who got his own shit hacked. You got the other dude from Fox Hoax with a gel in his hair, right there. He probably the Department of War. You know what I'm saying? With a fucking tattoo of a cross on his fucking chest. You got other hoes up there and shit, right? Bondi and shit. You know what I'm saying? Blondie, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's up. Now look at what he got. Look what he got. You see me fucked up. You see the whole place is fucked up. And when Trump keeps bringing up about death, about he know he going to heaven, all this shit, why he keeps saying that shit? He know he fucking the world up. If he do believe, he know he's fucking done. You know what I'm saying? If he's still human, who know fuck what this dude is? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on.
He don't fucking look all that right to me. Somebody right with this dude. He did a 360. He did a fucking 360. My last time. He already fucked up, but he's worse. And why? I understand this. He cared about his base so much. Why all of a sudden he did a 360 on his base? He never really do that with his base. He would keep it with his base. Wars.
But remember, he told you it was the files. But
Yep.
I don't think, for me personally, I don't think it's too much of the files. I think they do have something on him. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
But
we
got
okay.
about 1 minute
Yeah,
left, so I'm gonna just wrap it up.
yeah.
So thank you again for having me on, Claude. Hopefully we could do a little bit more of this.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Claude. I know
No
you gotta
doubt.
close it out.
This is Claude Jones Presents. We had a real good show. We had a good guest. Eve from the mall. We got Ty. Well, no, not a book. You can say her name.
Noonie Booze.
Noonie Booze. You know what I'm saying? So we got a good show for y'all. Good topics. We kept it on point. You know what I'm saying? You look around you, this fucking world fucked up. That's because you're a vote for fucked up people. Either side may have good or bad people. They all fucked up all together. You know what I'm saying? But we love y'all. Thank you. So remember, Third Finger, Jones L, Spotify, or Apple. Yo, hit them streams and like my music. Okay, yeah, that was a good show.
Everybody's going crazy. The world's going crazy. Trump's going crazy. The Senate's going crazy. Blanca going crazy. Everybody's going crazy now.